I guess, so to yourself that you can't even express what it is that you do with yourself. Right? If you just exercise and you don't exercise and you don't train people, you should just be willing to tell people I exercise. Right? If you just go to church and that's all you do, I go to church. Right? If you help little kids, learn how to ride bikes, then you should be willing to tell people I help little kids. You shouldn't be willing to shy away from that stuff. Now, I understand you probably wouldn't go and tell a bunch of old people at a nursing house, like, hey man, I teach little kids how to ride bikes, right? But if you was telling them in a way, look, I teach little kids how to ride bikes, y'all can tell y'all grandkids. You see what I'm saying? You shouldn't be so to yourself about it. You should be willing to express yourself. You should be willing to open up because you should be your number one investor. You should not let anybody invest in you more than you invest in yourself, no matter what it is, physically, mentally, spiritually. As much as I love to go to church and just listen to my pastor should not know more about my soul than I know about my own soul. Right? As much as I would love to go to school and learn from my teachers and everything, my teachers should not know more about my wisdom than I know about myself. Right? As much as I love to go to my doctor and hear from my wife that's telling me about all these drugs and all this other stuff when it comes to my body, she should not know more about my health than I know about my own health. You see what I'm saying? And I'm guilty of it. It's been times, that I haven't been checking in on my spiritual self. I haven't been checking in on my mental self. I haven't been checking in on my physical self. It has been times I've slipped recently and in the past, right? And I'm pretty sure it will happen moving forward, right? We get so busy doing all these other things, but that should not be the bottom line. I should not let somebody for the rest of my life know more about my soul, my mind, or my body than I know about it myself. The only person, the only one, right? And I ain't never seen him. The only one is God. He should be the only one that knows more about those things than I do. Nobody else should know more than I do other than him. You know what I'm saying? And that's just dealing with my own body. Some of us is letting that stuff goes into ourselves. People know more about our grades than we know about our grades, right? We letting people have more control about things in our lives than we should. Like, you know what I'm saying? Things that shouldn't have control of our life, we're letting them have control of our life. Right? We letting the professor take control of our grades. Right? We letting our bills take control of our emotions. Right? We letting all these other external things take control of ourselves, and we giving them control. We allowing them to have the power in our lives more than what they should. And I know this to be true, man, because I was letting baseball have more power in my life than I should have been letting it have. No matter how much I loved to play the game, no matter how much I enjoyed the game, and no matter how much I would have thought I was going to go somewhere or not, I shouldn't have let it have more control in my life than I was to have in my own life. You see what I'm saying? Baseball was determining if I was going to have a good day or a bad day. And I'm not saying that just because, like, you should just get on there and blow it off and say, hey, it is what it is. I understand people may say life is just a blimp. But listen, you should take the things that you're doing seriously. But even within taking it seriously, man, there's still moderation to that, man. There's still a measure of how serious you should take it. You know what I'm saying? Even if I had a bad game, imagine this, man. You have a bad game. And after your bad game, now your day is done for, right? You having a bad day now. Oh, I didn't hit as good as I thought I was going to hit. Oh, I gave up a home run. Oh, I didn't make a good play in the field. I made an error. Now my day is terrible, right? And you could have a bad day for the rest of the day. So now when you try to go to your practice and improve upon that skill that you having, now, right now, since you're trying to improve upon that skill, you can't do it because you so down in the dumps and my life is over and somebody help me. Whoa, it's me. You know what I'm saying? Life is just terrible, right? What I think my pastor says, life is bad. I'll just sit in the corner and eat worms. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so bad. One of my teachers used to say, what you gonna do when the meat run out? Stand in the corner with your mouth poked out? What you gonna do, man? You gonna just stay over there and cry about it? Are you going to figure out how I can bring more meat to the table, right? How I can not have that bad game again. How I can do better on that class. How I can do better on that assignment. How I can do better in my business. How I can do better in my investments. How I can do better in my health, my mind, or my spirit. How I can do better in these things instead of getting so down within myself that I let things that should have no control over me have more control in my life, man. They should not have more power on my life, man. And look, I'm not saying saying I'm perfect at it at the moment. I still deal with things. Things get down on me, man. And even within relationships, man, it's other people that can still have more control over my life than they should have, right? We talk about you should not trust another man, but we giving another man all our control in our life, right? If another man say that we can or can't do this, our life is over. That shouldn't be the case. Even though we shouldn't even trust man. So why are we giving man control of ourselves? You see what I'm saying? We can have confidence in our brothers and our sisters, but they should not have control over us. There's a full difference in that, right? When you have trust in somebody, that is full, like, no matter what you say, look, bro, I completely, that's 100%. That's perfect. That's 100% belief in whatever it is that that person is saying or not saying, right? Confidence is like, look, bro, I understand you to an extent, but even within understanding you to an extent, I know that you're a human and you have flaws. And you don't know everything about when it comes to my own unique individual situation, right? So, yes, I understand that you should have confidence in some people. And yes, some people can help you. People can lead you. People can take you places. But letting somebody have full control over your life is not something we should do. Right? And nobody should be investing more into whatever it is that you do than you investing into it yourself.